Let's get it dry and see what I've really bought. Hello and welcome back to the Volkswizard channel, and firstly big thanks to everybody who watched the cherry black B7 Audi RS4 Avant collection video. I was praying this would go down well with you guys, and it did, and that means I'm now super motivated to get this project started, and that's what we're going to do today by giving it its first wash. Partly so you guys can fully appreciate how different cherry black is to the more common phantom black, but also so I can assess how that expensive Audi exclusive paintwork has fared over 193,000 miles, and so I can also work out how much new paintwork it's going to need to meet my standards. But before we get started, let me just remind you guys how you can support the channel. As ever, the easiest way is to subscribe. We're getting very close to 70,000 subscribers, so if you haven't subscribed already, then please do so. Another way you can support the channel and potentially earn yourself more cash is to give me the opportunity to buy your interesting Volkswagen Group vehicle. I'm still buying for myself and also for my trusted dealers, so we're pretty much buying anything over the last sort of 10 years that's interesting, completely unmodified, really good condition and a full service history. So if you've got something like that, then get in touch with me directly by email, andrew@volkswizard.co.uk. Okay, just a quick reminder what the car looks like. It's not done anything apart from come back from Yorkshire when I bought it from owner Chris. But it got back, so that's good. I really haven't had a chance to look at it yet, and I obviously have to film it, which makes it a bit harder to do than if I wasn't having to film it for you guys. But even dirty, I can see there's some corrosion there on the aluminium wing. If that's all, then that's great, because that's at the front of the car, so it shouldn't take an awful lot of paintwork to sort that. Don't know what's under this muck. Generally they get battered down there and start corroding, but these are aluminium wings, unlike a B7A4 where they're steel and they tend to corrode around the arch lip. Something there, but I'm not sure if that's a chip. Chris said it was pretty good underneath the dirt. We've got some little dents as well, some scratches there that should polish. But really, we need to give it a good wash. This is all matte from dogs getting in and out. Don't know if you can see that. It is largely original paint, so that's good because it's quite a good paint on these cars, so there's a lot of lacquer you can work with. There's a scratch here that I can't really feel, so definitely polishing that should improve it. Scratch there. And what about this wing? That's not rust. That is rough there for some reason. And then how chippy is it going to be? I mean, it's done 193, it should be original paint on the front end, so yeah, is it going to be really bad, or will it be improved with some colour magic, though I'm not sure what colour magic I'd need on this car. So yeah, let's get it on the wash and see what's underneath all the filth. Okay, the sun has gone in, which is good because it means I can dry it before it dries itself and leaves loads of hard watermarks on it. But, well, it could go either way. It doesn't take a lot of damage to mean you have to paint both sides of the car. It still looks pretty shiny and there's a bit of beading going on, so that's good. That doesn't look any better clean though, does it? But yeah. Let's get it dry and see what I've really bought. Okay, the sun is out now, but we'll keep it in the shade for this bit because it's easier to assess both sides of the car when we've got even light in it. We'll move it across there after this so you can see the colour in the sun. I haven't seen it clean in the sun yet either. So let's start on the front then. So as you kind of expect, there are loads of small chips. Not too bad though. So you could probably colour magic that and be happy with it, unless you want it to be a show car. The front bumper is pretty much shot blasted, isn't it? It's maybe some of this will polish out because it's just a faint sort of marking of the lacquer, not chipped so much, but I think it's probably going to need painting, particularly down here where the hit rate is much higher. Onto this wing then. Well, the lip is pretty good. There's a scuff there, there's something there, a scrape down here, but this is a big problem here, corrosion. Some sort of impact, something's got in between the tyre and the panel there maybe. So that's not great. But the good news is this door looks pretty good. That polish, that door's good as well. This quarter is not bad. I think most of this will polish, but we've got corrosion here, which is something you see on Mark 5 Golfs quite a lot. So that's not great. And then we've got the scratch down here, so that's probably going to, or definitely going to need painting. So you might as well paint the whole bumper. As I mentioned earlier, it's been scratched by dogs, so it looks a bit scruffy. The tailgate though, apart from a very shallow dent sort of there, is good. Which is good, bearing in mind how much crap tailgates suck up in the winter. Onto the driver's side then. Scratch here, which you can actually feel that's quite deep. But more of a problem these corrosion spots here. They're not bad, but you probably would do something with it. Don't know what's happened here. It's been painted before. It's not the right colour as well. Something to watch on this car. If you do little bits, then it's just going to look really bad because the colour's never going to match. There's a little chip that's rusted there and there. There's no foil on these to protect from stone chips, so they do get battered. And then another one there. So it's looking like painting all of the driver's side because we've got corrosion here as well, and up here under the mud this is what was residing, which isn't great, and then a bit on the lip there. So it's tricky. These are aluminium, so they don't corrode like steel, but how much is going to be left when you start scraping that away, I do not know. Luckily, across the way there, we have 10 tenths automotive fabrication who can probably help us. Paintless dent removal here. Probably polish the marker out of that, although this one looks deeper. Oh, and the roof, yeah, looks pretty good. Okay, now let's put it over there and see what cherry black looks like in the late summer sunshine. Okay, I've now had a good look at the paintwork, and to be perfectly honest, it's not as good as I was expecting. The big problem is the little spots of rust on the offside, because normally you'd live with them, but if you're going to paint the wing and then go into the door, well, you might as well paint the whole side, and it's the same sort of problem on the passenger side as well. Likewise, if you're going to paint the bumper, you might as well paint the bonnet. The back bumper needs doing anyway, so I think we've got the tailgate and the roof that are the only panels that don't need painting. On the plus side though, now I've seen cherry black clean in the sun, I absolutely love it. It's not as purple as Merlin Purple, another popular Audi exclusive colour, but it's certainly a lot more interesting than Phantom Black. And a real plus point, especially at 193,000 miles, is the way this car drives. Thanks to previous owners Chris' maintenance regime, it really does drive like a new car. We do have the problem with the inlet manifold, which is one problem really, bearing in mind there could be loads. So I'll sort that out in probably the next video when I take the manifold off and have a look at the flaps, see if they have to come out or see if I can get them working again. We also need a new sump because Chris was waiting for that from Audi Tradition for 4 weeks and he got fed up and that's why he sold me the car. And the parking sensors don't work and I've nearly driven it backwards into a few things. Obviously we need to do that before we sort the paintwork out. But we have to remember this is a B7 Audi RS4 Avant, a very iconic car. And whilst it would be easy to start breaking it for parts and maybe even make a profit on it, I just cannot do that because this car is so good in so many ways. Now, if you run a body shop in the Midlands and you want to get on board with this project and show off your painting skills on camera, hopefully to a relatively large audience, then get in touch with me directly by email, andrew@volkswizard.co.uk. Thanks for watching this video and thanks for watching the introductory video as well. If you watch that, it's nice to have some decent numbers on the channel for a change. Keep subscribing, keep commenting, and I'll see you for the next one very soon.